Welcome to the SUNY Potsdam Library's tutorial on citations. This video will examine the importance of citations, take a look at different types of citations, and a few of the most common citation styles used in academic fields, and will conclude with resources you can turn to for help with your citations. To start off, we'll discuss 3 reasons why we cite and why citations are so essential to your work at the college level. First, we cite because we always give credit where it's due to those scholars whose work we've used. Information has value, and scholars are seen as the owners of their ideas and the texts they've written, and thus we must always provide them with proper credit when we use their ideas. Second, citations allow our readers to double-check our conclusions by tracking our citations back to the original source. Just as you have to show your work in a math class, so too do you need to show your work when writing by citing where you've drawn your ideas from. Moreover, citations allow you to demonstrate your knowledge base. Whether you're writing a brief book review or an extensive paper, you've done research and writing on the topic at hand, and citations let you show off all that work you've done that would otherwise go unseen or unmentioned. And third, citations provide our readers with a roadmap to further reading. If someone is particularly interested in a specific topic you're discussing, they can follow your citation about that topic back to the original source to read it as well. In this way, citations also serve as a valuable resource when doing your own research. If you find a source on your topic, check its citations, because they'll probably include a number of other worthwhile sources. Citations are a handy list of sources on this specific topic, and it's certainly not cheating to look that list over for additional sources that might be helpful for your project. Make use of them. That's one of the reasons why they're there. There are 3 different types of citations commonly used in academia, and chances are you'll need to use all of them before your college career is over. Each of these uses a different format for its citation, but they contain much of the same information, as you'll see from the examples using My Bondage and My Freedom by Frederick Douglass. It's also important to recognize that different source types, be they books or journal articles or websites, will be formatted differently. Information on where to find those formats will be included at the end of this video. The first of these different citation types is the bibliography, which is also called a works cited. A bibliography is an alphabetical list by author's last name of all the sources you used on a particular paper. It comes at the paper's conclusion and does not point to any specific page number within that source, nor does it point to a specific use of that source within your paper. The second type of citation are endnotes or footnotes. These involve a small number in the text of your paper that directs the reader to either a notation at the bottom of the page, a footnote, or at the end of the paper, an endnote. This location is pretty much the only distinction between footnotes and endnotes. Otherwise, they are formatted the same. These notations indicate the specific place in the source from which you drew an idea or quote. Because of this, footnotes and endnotes include the page numbers of the original source. If you cite the same source more than once in your footnotes or endnotes, you can simply include the author's last name and a page number, rather than repeating the entire citation each time. The final citation type is the parenthetical note, which serves the same purpose as footnotes and endnotes. Parenthetical notes are a streamlined citation process that works in tandem with your bibliography. They are inserted directly into the text of your paper and typically include the author's name, the year of publication of their source, and a page number from which you drew your information. Different professors have different preferences when it comes to citation types. Some like footnotes, some like endnotes, and some like parenthetical notes. So if you're unsure which type to use, always ask your professor. In addition to the different types of citations, there are also a number of different citation styles. But regardless of style, citations commonly include the same information. For a bibliographic entry, this means, for books, the author's name, the title of the book, the city of publication, the publishing company's name, and the year of publication. For journal articles, the author's name, the article's title, the title of the journal that published the article, the date, volume, and issue number of that journal, the page numbers of the article, and for online articles, the DOI, or Digital Object Identifier, a unique number and letter sequence assigned to each online article. Footnotes, endnotes, and parenthetical citations also include the specific page number from which you drew the information you're citing, and other types of sources, like websites or music, will include different information in their citations. The style of citation you'll be asked to use is usually determined by the subject of your course. This slide contains 3 of the most common styles, along with their bibliographic citation for My Bondage and My Freedom. Take a moment to note that each style contains the same information, it's just presented in different formats. Among these 3 are the APA, for the American Psychological Association, which is generally used in STEM fields and the social sciences, MLA, the Modern Language Association, typically used in language, literature, English, and the humanities, and the Chicago Manual of Style, which might also be called Turabians, used in history and some humanities fields. Once again, always check with your professor about which style they prefer. Now, all of this information on different citation types and styles and formats can be overwhelming, but always remember that help is available to assist you deciphering your citations. First, there are many online style guides that will show you the proper format for virtually any citation style and source type. The industry standard of these guides is the Purdue OWL for Online Writing Lab, found at owl.purdue.edu. Second, the SUNY Potsdam Writer's Block also provides citation assistance. As you can see, the Writer's Block's website includes tutorials and guides for the 3 different citation styles we just looked at, but even better, its tutors are trained to help students struggling with their citations, so you can make an appointment and sit down with one of their tutors if you need help. Finally, librarians are also a valuable resource when it comes to citation struggles, and you can easily make a research consultation appointment with a librarian who can meet with you and provide citation assistance as well. To make an appointment, just visit the library's website at library.potsdam.edu. Citations are an extremely important part of academic scholarship. They give credit to the scholars whose work you use, provide your readers with a list of sources on a particular topic, and allow you to show off your knowledge of that subject. Because of this, it's essential that you become comfortable with citations, since they'll be with you throughout your college career.